Hello Leo, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Leo, I've kind of put all the other signs but Scorpio on hold in some ways, but I have some time and wanted to get a video out to you. So for those of you who may have voted on the Scorpio video for other signs to be thrown into the mix if I had time, Leo was one of those. So there you go. Fixed signs are a big thing right now. So there's definitely some energy floating around in the ethers in regards to fixed signs. So Leo, you are one of 4. So Scorpio, Taurus, and then Aquarius in the mix as well. So Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus cross watcher, if that's you, welcome to the channel as well. Always discern the messages accordingly. Flip the roles as it applies, and don't force something to fit that does not. A big thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And personal reads are open and available. That information is found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. So Leo, with that, let's get rolling here. So I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach. As I was sitting here getting ready to start your reading, Spirit pulling some other things in for me in regards to you, and there we go. Legacy of Light, releasing allegiances. Ooh, okay. Trust yourself. Leo, there's a lot of vibrant colors here, and your personality is vibrant typically, right? Go-getter, optimistic, going after it, feeling the sun on your face. That is everything that you embody. Let me pause this for one quick second. Hold on. Okay, Leo, so sorry about that. Kiddo is home ill today. I'm not sure how much I follow that line, but I'm trying to record for YouTube, and she's in the other room with her tablet on YouTube. So, a little distracting, right? Anyhow, it's a whole thing in this house. Leo, all fixed signs, they're going through a very significant change of trusting in the self, trusting in the universe, and you, my dear, are no different. This legacy of light, this is, Spirit's using the word transgressional, and I'm going to be honest and say I'm not even really sure what all that means, or what all that entails and encompasses when it comes to this reading. But we'll roll with that. This legacy of light is passed down from generation to generation to generation. There's you know, I've not heard anybody else say this, and I'm totally cool with that. But there seems to be a lot of familial stuff coming out in these reads today. Did one for Scorpio. Did one for Gemini. And the channel memberships, and now this. This, you know, we have spent our entire lives being told, you know, but that's your mom, but that's your dad, but that's your brother, but that's your sister, but that's your cousin, that's your uncles, aunts, monkeys, whatever. Like, they're blood. So they are. But what does that really mean? We are stepping into a universal, if I could talk, oneness with people who are like-minded, Spirit saying goal-oriented, healers of this world. And those people may not be the people that you share a bloodline with. Leo, for some of you, you could be in your 40s, your 50s, specifically 41, 31 could be significant. 38 could be significant as well. That you've probably gone the majority of your life trying to please, trying not to create dysfunction. If you did, it tended to be out of self-sabotaging tendencies. Some of you could be connecting with a Capricorn. Capricorn season, I feel, is going to be very significant for you. Leo, this is interesting. I'm not even sure, like, Spirit's coming in, but trying to put this into human form and words is another thing. This is, some of you could have watched feminine figures in your life kind of rot away. And that sounds disgusting. But that's how this is coming in. You could have watched them be eaten energetically by other people, used up by other people, seen them suffer in spaces of depression, anxiety, helplessness, loneliness, submersion of the self into toxic addictions, cycles, patterns, behaviors. I don't know that I would go so far as to call you a black sheep. Could be, right? I'm not discrediting anything here because this is going to be different for everybody. But it's like a frequency, right? That's been the thing that keeps coming up, is frequency. Not being able, Spirit's giving me direction to the fact that I can't sit still right now, that not being able to sit still, feeling agitated, antsy, nervous. Leo, I feel like that's something that you are embodying at this time. There's like all these little like downloads coming in, information, news, changes, equipments. I don't know what equipment means for you. Spirits just said upgrading the old into the new. Pluto and Aquarius, not super surprised by that. But you have watched some very significant things happen in your life. A lot of things being oppressed, regressed, regurgitated, swept under the rug, ignored, challenged. Believable patterns that Spirit is saying you didn't want to see. You could have noticed. I feel like you were a big observer to a lot of different things. Aware of it. Some sense of denial with it, like not really wanting to have to look at things for what they were. There could have been times where things felt like they were very slow moving, like life had slowed to some capacity. For feminine energies, it's like all of a sudden where 20 years went by what appeared to be very slowly, the last 2 years could have been like sped up into somebody that is older, more mature, something about the changes of the dynamics, the circumstances, the fight that you've had to put in, how you're looking at yourself in the mirror, maybe feeling tired and worn, not realizing who you even are. Coming in with a fighting spirit, not even, you know, you could be even dealing with somebody that you like, you don't even know them anymore. Like, who did this person become? They've been disintuned. Okay, we'll roll with that. You could have watched a mother get beaten. I mean, here's some hard stuff today. Like, trigger warning here, Leo. You know, how many times did you see that person with a black eye? You could be dealing with somebody like this now. Knowing what a beautiful soul, mind, integral person they could have been had they been given a role that, had they chosen a role, not even be given. They were always given it. It's a free will choice. Had they had the opportunity to believe in themselves, if they wanted to believe in themselves, a free will choice, how much different life could have been. Leo, there's like this whole idea of what the legacy of you is, where you've come from, what you've watched, what you've endured. This very strict maternal figure. Some of you, like, living off of beans and rice. Like, you know, it's almost like being homeless, having nothing, being torn to shreds, being vulnerable and bare, and feeling like the flies are picking at you. Like, I don't know who this reading is for, but holy shit. Spirit's saying, but there is warrior courage inside all of us. Leo, whatever this has looked like for you, personally, professionally, in the real world. You are disengaging, disconnecting from a very real story and moving on and moving forward. Some of you could be physically moving. Some of you could be going back to a place, honest to God, like some of you could be visiting cemeteries, graveyards of mothers or passed over figures in your life, vowing a promise that they could not keep, that you will do. Some of you may be doing these types of things in secret, not wanting to let others know about this healing work that you're doing at this time. Spirit saying that somebody could have said, you could have said to this person or this what is left, we are so alike and yet so different. There could be a reality to that, right? Like the traits maybe that you admired in this person, they live within you, but you're not going to repeat a cycle, the negative side of, you know, if you're good, you know, they say you'll get walked all over and be a doormat. Maybe this person was a doormat for other people. But you're like, I can be good, but have healthy boundaries, right? So it's embracing the positive of this. This legacy of light, cutting out separation, stopping the pattern, silent treatment, learning and expansion, transcending, preparing for union and new phase. Leo, I do feel like you're starting this whole family dynamic, whatever it was, very karmic, very big in lessons, learning, not having the stability of grounding, to be self-assured enough to know that that was not the life that they wanted to live. They needed to pick a different path, and for some karmic reason, as we begin a new karmic cycle, regardless of your age, you're just now stepping into this break the pattern. Archetype of this person that we were dealing with. The orphan. So, the archetype of this person, Leo, you could have felt like you really didn't have somebody there. You could have felt like, you know, if you were dealing with a parent that lived under drug and alcohol addictions, they were there, but they weren't there, right? An emotionally unavailable parent, they were there, but they weren't there. There's this idea that they physically could show up, but this emptiness that lived within them is where they would disengage. They were so caught in their own ways, their own abuse, their own misery, their own depression. Some could have had eating disorders. Some could be fearful about age, growing older, not having anything left. They couldn't show up the way you needed them to. Very specific message. Wow, this is heavy shit. If you grew up in an abusive household, there is a specific female that is saying that every blow I took it for you. The way that feels to me, Leo, the way that they're showing up is there was a fear attached if they did not kind of step into the middle of a situation and take the punishment of it, then it would have been potentially placed on you. So whether this was verbal, physical, mental, emotional, psychologically, they endured it so you didn't have to. They did try to protect you. Wow. Holy smokes. What they didn't realize, Leo, is as much as they were trying to protect you, it was like even if you were all in the same space, it didn't protect you. I hope that makes sense. You could cut the tension with a knife. The fear, you could cut it with a knife. The walking on eggshells, you could cut it with a knife. Holy smokes. Leo, I don't even know what to say. This is a very specific reading for somebody. This releasing allegiances mask, again, hiding behind disease, disorder, depression. So Spirit, thank you. Good God. I'm like, why is this reading happening? Like, why is it coming out this way? And it's a psychic medium reading for people in your particular sign, Leo, that had questions around someone who is no longer here. This is a reading I was not anticipating. I've never done a reading like this before on here. Okay. That's that. They tried to hide specific factors within themselves, their own fear. They tried to be their own nurturer. It's funny, you know, you see it now as like when we nurture our own inner child, right? We love our inner child. We take our inner child on nice walks. We feed ourselves good. We take time to rest. This person believed that sacrificing their inner child that was sacrificed probably in their childhood would save yours. Like I said, I wouldn't peg you as the black sheep, per se, Leo. But I don't even have a word to label it as. This person's way of viewing things is not the way that you now view things. And it is a methodology for pure spirit to change what has always been done. I think that this is something that for most of you in this case have lived through this experience of some sort, dealt with the emotional flow the best that you knew how, have made a life that is distant from family that was a large part of that time frame in your life. But now there's something about that, whether it's inner child healing, cleaning up old wounds, some sort of repeat cycle, maybe watching other people go through it. There's something being highlighted about that now for you, okay? Too many cards. Holy smokes. All right. Releasing allegiances, Spirit. What is this about? There's something here about like they were trying to see something in a very specific black and white energy. There were either good days, there were bad days. It was like they told a lie to themselves. There's something about the truth and the clarity of those lies that they told themselves and tried to show outwardly. You now have a truth of. Very crazy, very wild. You're being pulled out of your own despair whatever that looks like for you. Whatever you've struggled with, whatever you've had a hard time forging forward with, you have more endurance because you see things differently than they did. There's a completely different perspective. You are much more well-rounded in your observational processes to make these significant changes that I don't think that they had an awareness of. Like, I don't know. It's like, you know, maybe it's like an old school, you know, you get married, you stay married forever until death do you part, right? So even if that meant taking an ass beating, even if that meant verbal abuse, even if that meant the partner cheated, you didn't leave. Death do us part was exactly just that, right? So this is, their truth is not your truth, Leo. Their truth is not your truth. All right, what else, Spirit? I don't even know what to make of this reading. Holy mackerel. Think, there's a lot of that in Jupiter abundance. Like, what would it be like to be on the other side of that? Some of you being gifted a life of far more abundance. You know, maybe you came up in a difficult neighborhood, lacking, and you went off to school and you became a doctor or whatever you deem to be successful, and you've really made a way for yourself somehow compared to what they did. And there's something very significant about that for you, and they want you to know that they're very proud of you. I seen a meme, or I don't know if you want to call it a meme, it's like a little post thing a while. It's been months and months ago. But there was a mother in that picture with a child. And she stated in there something to the effect, and I'm paraphrasing. Oh my gosh. Know that I love you. And I'm always there for you, but know that what my soul came here to do, I'm not 2222. I'm not capable of, but I know that you are, or something like that. Like, basically, they weren't here to break the cycle, but you are. That's heavy. Like, the emotion that comes in with that, like, I don't even know what to say. You are here to break a very significant cycle, Leo. Good Lord. You know, somebody could have, like, as they would call it nowadays, fat shamed them, right? Chiron, the wounded healer coming out in reverse. Sometimes this person was not able to do the healing work. It's like they just did not have, not even desire, but will. They did not have the will to change it or to persevere or to do it differently. That they were constantly at an internal battle. There's that root again. To just protect. They were living strictly in defense mode, right? How do I protect myself? How do I live in survival? I mean, this person lived in survival every day of their life. Whether it was food scarcity, home scarcity, security, whatever. There was no stability. They rode the wave and lived in a toxic, vicious, and I mean vicious, mental cycle. Thinking that if they took, it was self-sacrifice to the fullest, then they would be able to protect you. It's almost like this person didn't even exist. It was like, is it really part of our divine purpose to come here and be the whipping post for everybody and then die? That's how this feels to me. And as an empath, like, it shakes me to, it's making me sick to my stomach, honestly. Wow. So for Leo, this trust yourself, you coming up into an allegiance of yourself, you coming in with powerful force, you coming in with spirit animals and guides. Pay attention to your animal spirits right now. invitation, vision. Take a look at your rising sign. Understand, remember that your rising sign is the action that you take and also the way that the outside world perceives you. There's something about your rising sign being an indicator of what you are meant to do in this path. What action you are meant to take. There's cards flying everywhere. I know you probably couldn't see me shuffling as much. What just fell out on the table? Mars. Motion. That's action. That's war. You see this? Trust yourself. She's ready to go to battle. Leo, for some of you, you are fighting an internal battle for all. 2 cards fell on the floor. Action, right? There's Aries. Mars and Aries. Mars retrograde. Fire sign, same as you. Very, very significant. Pay attention to that time frame. Leo. I stand corrected. 3 fell. Solar calm, which is clarity. North node. There you go. Goodness gracious. Your dreams and Saturn structure. Saturn just went forward in Pisces. Came out of retrograde during the Taurus full moon last Friday and went direct. You are being propelled towards your purpose. Solar plexus energy. Your confidence to succeed has got to be greater than the confidence that this person in your life lacked. They confidently threw themselves into the ring of fire. There needs to be equitable balance. Where they self-sacrificed everything they had. Now you do it for the greater good and for yourself. I don't even know what to say to this reading, honest to God. I have no idea. I have never in my life had a reading come out like this. All of the years that I have done this work. Revolutionary change, Leo. They're telling me to check out your 5th house placements as well. What does that fall under? Let me see. I can't even remember off the top of my head. I've been digging more into the astrology that's been coming through pretty heavily here lately. So let me see if I can find it. What is History, Authority, Source? Do I have it in here? Oh wait, 6th, 3rd, South, 9th. Let's find the 5th house. Passion. Aries and Mars. Passion, fire, determination. Behind it, 1st house, it's the arrival of where you are headed. And what Leo, what comes before the 5th house? They told me to go to the card in front and the card behind. What's leading the way forward? There you are. Another 5. 22 and 1 equals a 5. 5, the discomfort of what one has felt in the past. Leo, you pushing forward into a new way of being, shining your light. I think the best way to sum up this reading, because I don't even know what else, I'm just totally blown away. You are moving into a very powerful position in your life. Some of you have endured very difficult things. And this epiphany, this aha moment, this tower, and this shock that comes in, it's like you don't even know who you're becoming. You see parts of that victim in yourself from this person, and then you see this renewed and healed version of what you wish they could have been and who they didn't get to become. And it's like they pass the torch to you with conviction, and you going, I don't know where I'm going, but I sure as hell know I'm going to get there. Focus on the light, Leo. Be the hunter, not the hunted. This person spent the majority of their life being that prey, being some sort of victim in a situation that, again, they thought they were creating a safety net. 3113. That ain't no way to go. You are leading the light. It says, Leo, shine. 37. Shock of the new way of being. Focus on the light. Some of you could be leaving abusive situations. I will say this, if you are in a difficult situation like that, email me. Okay, email me. I do have resources and can put you in touch with some people to get you the help that you need. Okay? And then the sun laying here. I just seen that. 6 of Swords. The Mother of Swords. Your insight and wisdom is going to take you far in this next chapter if this video is for you. Trust that. One more card and I'm wrapping this up. Holy 32. I don't even know what to make of this. For Leo spirit. You're allowed to change, Leo, too. There's no program that says, Leo, you can't be a new version of yourself. There is nothing that says, Leo, you have to stay as who you've been. Open your senses to receive. Activations are inbound. Let white light flow through you to open your channel further. If you're getting downloads from this person, pay attention to them. Allow yourself to exist through all dimensional layers. Think freely, feel deeply, and live fully. Shapeshifter. Make sense of this world by understanding the unknown. Leave fear behind and shift your perspective, for this is where you will find a new state of awareness. I'm leaving it there. I'm sorry, but not sorry for the dark that came in with this, or the heaviness. I don't even mean dark, but just heaviness. But I trust that there's a message in here for everybody, and there's a lot of 5s. So significant change. Very significant, profound change. Leo, I hope this reading was helpful for you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal reads are open and available. That information can be found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. I'm sending you all a ton of love and light. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.